We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order at 7 o'clock. Record the members present.
Wilson.
Here.
Bowler.
Here.
Herrera. Here. Reed. Here. Morris.
Here. Item number 2 is a consent agenda. Consent agenda consists of the following items of a routine nature normally approved at board meetings will be approved by one vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all these items. Consent agenda consists of discussion, consideration, and approval of the following items: minutes of the February 8th, 2016 regular meeting, members of February 18th, 2016 special meeting. B, activity fund expenditures. C, approve encumbrances for signing warrants of general fund, building fund, and child nutrition fund. The activity fund, all those names, those are referees, aren't they, officials? Mm-hmm. Okay. What was Compass Athletics? Was that uniforms or?
Which one?
The $5,531.50.
Something actually happened there. We got overcharged, and we just got a credit back today from Compass, so it's not $55.31. It should be less $2,500. We got a refund from him today. He accidentally double charged us. So,
But track uniforms.
yeah, it was the boys' track uniforms and the shoes for the team.
Shoes for the basketball
The
team.
basketball shoes, yeah.
And track uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
And the fan cloth deal, is that stuff
Mhm.
that people paid for
Mm-hmm.
and just got added in and come
Mhm.
out?
Yep.
How many track uniforms did we get?
5 or 6. The bulk of that's shoes.
Okay.
What's the Woodward Chamber of Commerce? Or is that Woodward?
Woodward Chamber of Commerce will be entries to the livestock show.
The air conditioner on the ag truck, how far out of warranty was that?
It was 2,000 miles. We had 38,000 on the pickup, and it had the warranty for 36.
Was it the compressor?
They wouldn't budge on none of that, no. Even though we bought a brand new pickup from them, they wouldn't.
What's the repairs to Suburbans 1 and 4?
Warning light on the oil is what that
Oil
was.
pressure sensor gauge,
And that's
rear difference that will,
yeah, that one had a differential on it.
I don't think it should have
Things
been,
like that.
it should have been, I think, numbers, not 1 and 4, was it? Because number 1 wasn't in that. I thought it was
Oh.
2 and, no, 3 and 4.
There, yeah.
So it's number 3 and 4.
Mhm. That would have been Brenda Suburban and for the best route, and then 2006.
What's the body repair?
DRI season.
Nice.
Did it go back and get refixed?
Huh?
Yeah,
Did
did
it go
they,
back and get refixed?
did they ever get the hood and stuff
That
lined up?
thing's terrible shape. Brand new right out of the shop.
Yeah, the hood doesn't match.
Looks
Doesn't
terrible.
match, right?
I've looked at it. I mean, looks like it fits pretty good to me.
Wow. That thing, I would guarantee if it was mine, it wouldn't come out of the body shop. and been paid for.
Yeah, I'd have to look at it again, because the bumper's is not straight, and that hood is buckled up on that one side a little bit on the passenger front. You can see where it's gapped open
You talking about down front?
and down to the front. The two different looking bills worked on the boiler, and Langston did.
There was drain issues on Langston's. We're here for drain issues. Lufkinville was working on the boiler issues. And Lufkinville was also on the water leak that was in with the boiler. Langston's can't touch a boiler.
They can't touch a boiler.
They're not certified, boiler certified.
Is Looking Mills, are they heat and air plumbing and everything, or are they
And
just?
heat, air, plumbing, and electrical.
So,
Why, I don't know. We got two different plumbing companies doing, at different times, is that, is there?
Well, Langston's are local,
Okay,
and they're really good about getting here. And I like to use them as often as I can.
right. Okay.
And you'll see you'll see them show up whenever we can. Heat and air, it seems like to get the fastest service, Luckinville will show up and provide the fastest service. But every time we can, we'll use Langston's as often as we can. Now, when it comes to plumbing on anything that touches the boiler,
They can't do it.
they can't touch it. So, but Luckinville's is boiler certified. And actually, excuse me, we thought that the leak in that room was coming up through the floor, because it was coming through the wall. And actually, when Langston's out here working on those drains, we had them look at it initially, but they're the one that traced it down to that boiler pipe, and when it was, no, we can't touch it. And that's the reason we had to have Luckinville's come out, because traced it down to the boiler.
Have they ever been able to find a pipe for that?
It's
In the-
done.
Done, fixed?
Yep.
Is there any other discussion on the consent agenda?
Make a motion we approve the consent agenda.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, or, how do you say that?
Those in favor?
Record of vote.
Yeah.
Wilson,
I need to abstain.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I need to abstain from the 8th.
from what one?
The 8th meeting.
Bowler,
yes.
Herrera. Yes. Reed,
Yes.
Morris.
Yes. Item number 3 is the superintendent's and principal's report.
All right. This right here, Shannon. You have a copy of it.
Oh, the one on the table.
Yeah. I apologize, you come in and you just got all this stuff laid out in front of you. All right. Because board meetings advanced a week this month due to scheduling around the livestock show, the local revenue collections that we normally have charted aren't available this month for the month of March from the state. So what I'm going to do in lieu of that is go over some revenue comparisons comparing year-to-date as of March 1st for 2015 and 2016. As you look at revenue sources for 15 and 16, our local sources, which would be like our ad valorem, those types of local revenue sources that come in. As of March 1st in 15, that entire category, we had last year $545,088.58. This year on March 4th, we collected $754,572.90. And then a revenue source for the district is intermediate sources. That would include our 4 mill taxes, our mortgage taxes. And last year, excuse me, been fighting allergies for a few weeks. Last year in our intermediate sources, year to date, we'd taken in $39,607.96, and you can see this year we're up just slightly again at $47,048.60. And then another revenue source category is our state sources. That's where our gross production and those types of revenue categories come into. Last year, we were at $524,843.67. This year, things like, you know, our gross production, our REA tax, school land taxes, those things fall in this category. You can see that's where we take a big hit this year, and everyone is. We're at $387,073.99. And then our final category of our revenue sources for our district is at $12,643.24. And this year, so far, we've gotten in $22,928. So year to date, comparing last year to this year, we had taken in last year $1,122,183.45 as compared to this year $1,211,623.49. That adds up to an increase this year of $89,440.04. If you take into consideration our expenditures comparing this year and last year, we have an increase in expenditures of $89,000. We have a revenue increase of $89,440.04, and we have an expenditure increase of $35,000. We have an increased expenditure of $124,803.33. I should have put this on an Excel spreadsheet so I could read it better. Which we have a negative cash position comparing last year to this year of $35,363.29 year to date from last year to this year, which is about what the Suburban was. So that's where we're at. And, you know, we're sitting there with about $180,000 reduction in gross production, but we're on a cash basis year to date, we're down $35,363. When I run those monthly spreadsheets to try to show you, comparing, you know, last year to this year, where we're at, I'm trying to track, you know, give you a sense as a board of where we're at on a cash position, and we don't have that information this month. And this was the best way I could think of to just try to give you a real, you know, snapshot of where you're at as a board on a cash basis. And, you know, the only thing you can do as a board is to compare expenditures and revenue as to past years. And another thing to take into consideration is this does not include cash forward. This is real money. This is not your carryovers not included in this. This is on a cash basis. So with the reduction in gross production, REA money, school land's holding about the same, and tag money being down $35,363. I'd say that's just pretty good compared to where a lot of them are, especially with number 2 here. With the latest round of budget cuts announced, the district received a 4% cut on our FBA, which of course was held harmless in the previous cut. That means the district will be receiving a 4% cut on $10,987.52 in the FBA funds, which means that we will receive an estimated $4,439.50 loss at this time, on top of our previous cuts that we received. We do not get foundation or salary incentive aid, and that's where many school districts across the state are really feeling the hardship. Just for your information, this round of cuts brought the total to $61.60 for a weighted average daily membership on kids. So you can think of some of those schools, just a normal Class B, larger Class B, small Class A would probably run 500 to 550 on a weighted membership. So you could take 500 students times $61.60 and just see what they would be losing right there. Total for the state of Oklahoma, that was a loss of $16,640,924 $60 in FBA. It was a total common ed cut of $109 million. But for our district, on top of what we discussed last time, you know, our professional development money and those other small categories, what was it? I can't remember off the top of my head. We looked at losing about $3,000. This cut that they announced the other day cost us a clear $4,439 on our teachers' insurance. And I'm not convinced that they're through yet. But
Excuse me,
No.
what's the FBA again?
that's our teachers' insurance. FBA.
Okay, okay.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry. If you recall the news story from a few weeks ago, they were talking about the company that filed a tax protest against 9 counties in the state of Oklahoma. And they had the superintendent from Alex on TV. He's talking about costing $150,000 or so. Well, that company was DCP Midstream out of Colorado, and one of the counties that they filed the protest in was Woodward County, and in J6, which is us, Joint District 6, DCP Midstream was protesting $8,378 of their second half taxes. That's us. They paid their first half. Their second half taxes that they owed was $8,378. If you take that and multiply it by the 37.37 mills for our general fund, they are protesting $3,130.86. And you take that $8,378, multiply it by 5.34 mills for our building fund, that's $447.39. So you can take $31.30.86 and add $447.39 and get the total amount of tax dollars owed to Freedom Public Schools that's held up in a tax protest in Woodward County by DCP Midstream out of Colorado.
Are there any more of these that we,
No, that's the only one. The water damage was caused in the south classroom by a bore pipe which went through the brick wall, and that masonry had contacted the wall, which of course, after a number of years will always wear a hole in that wall, which caused the leak. They came in, drained that entire wing out, and put a piece of pipe back through there, put it all back together, and brought it back up to proper pressure. We've let that completely dry out, and we'll have somebody come in and look at it tomorrow. There'll be a estimator here again, and I'll have him look at that and see if that damage is going to be enough to file on insurance, which I seriously doubt if it will. And once he looks at that, we'll go about doing something about the floor in that room. I'll talk to Mrs. Smith and get her opinion on whether or not she'd like to see tile in her room or carpet. And then we'll go from there. I don't know. I'll just probably pretty well leave that up to her on what she wants in her room. But we go with tile, we'll go back with red and white. We'll go with carpet, we'll get as close to that red as we can. I don't have an opinion one way or another. And also, I have a quote from somewhere on the damage that the sewer backup had. From Boomer in the locker rooms. And I talked about doing some different things in there. One was taking all the way down to raw concrete and everything with the glue and the way that the original concrete floor was finished out. That just won't work because they never could get it all finished out right. But take everything out. This is all 4 dressing rooms, by the way. So it'll all look the same. And take out all carpet. And that includes the coach's office, and the hallway. And put down red and white VCT tile, cove base, the labor to put the tile down, take out all the old lockers and cabinets out of the coach's office, and put it all back in. It's going to be $13,837.80.
will insurance not cover any of that because of sewer backup?
He's going to be here tomorrow.
Who said they can't take it to clear down the concrete?
Them guys from Boomer.
But they do it all the time.
Well, said because of the glue on there and
They
then
grind it
the
off.
way it was finished out.
Women's building over at the court here, that fairgrounds, it's just been done the last couple of years.
Are they talking about they can't do it and stain it, or they can't do it?
They grind it down and polish it,
Yeah,
the cement.
well, yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, that's what I'm asking is when they grind that, what were you asking about putting on the floor other than tile? Was it a stain? Was it a,
Just seal it.
yeah, just a sealer?
Yeah. That's the only ones I've had in there. This is a report.
Right.
I'm
I'm just
giving-
asking.
I'm
what they
giving
were
y'all a
pricing.
heads up
Mhm.
on that number.
Okay.
That's pretty cheap. My mom just got her bathroom estimated at $35,000.
Is it gonna be granite?
That's 2,500 square feet. So,
Well, this is about 15.
Well, I see, I think we ought to ask some other people about that, because I would like to put something in there. If you could get it back down to the concrete, where you can seal it, and that way we don't have to worry about in 3 or 4 years, the tile coming up,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
because
that
it's
was,
gonna happen.
that was my thought also, but, you know, that's the first one I've had look at it, right there. And like I said, I'm not asking to accept quotes.
Right.
I'm just making a report.
Right.
So, Mr. Hill?
Speaking of basketball, the spring sports on the way. We've on co-op side of things, we have 4 boys co-oping soccer with Alva High School, and we have 2 junior high boys co-oping baseball with Winoka. Our 2 boys are playing their first games this evening. I think they've already finished one, doing the other one. Wish them the best of luck. Our high school boys soccer schedule, you should have that, is attached. Alva has a couple of home games. The girls have 3. The boys, so our boys will have 2 home games in Alva. They're going to play Cordell and Clinton. The other games are at Elk City, at Kingfisher, at Weatherford. So a little drive for those 3 if you're interested in going and watching them. Junior high tonight they play. They're going to Sealing on Friday, and then they'll come back from spring break and play Sharon Mutual.
That game's going to be at Woodward.
Which one?
The Sharon,
Sharon Mutual?
Yes.
Okay, well that's a little closer. So.
Yeah. The Woodward quad fields.
So, okay. And then they'll have a couple games with Moreland, Buffalo, just a 1 game instead of a doubleheader, and then Fargo on the 18th will be finish them up junior high. This week, our 1st through 11th graders are taking their final round of summative tests. After spring break, we should have a much clearer picture of where our students are in relation to the curriculum. We will start new remediation schedules based upon those results. I want to commend Austin Reed for making the Northwest District Livestock Show sale last week. His 4th overall Duroc Bear brought $37.50, not including add-ons. I want to also commend all the other Freedom students that competed at the district show and all those exhibitors whose show season is over for the spring. We will have some of our exhibitors heading to Oklahoma City for OYE this week. Mr. Weber's going down Wednesday to set up. He'll be hauling cattle on Thursday, and that will just kind of kick off a wild spring break for him of back and forth with kids and animals and everything else. We'll have several pigs, sheep, goats, a few cattle slated to be shown. OYE website is okyouthexpo.com. They have a list of times, places, which barns everybody will be in. If any of you all happen to be in Oklahoma City, go watch a kids show.
How many kids are going?
You got a total number?
Approximately 15.
That's all I got.
Anything else? Okay. Item number 4 is presentation concerning senior class trip. Board to vote to approve, disapprove, or take no action on the class trip.
You will find a very thick document in front of you that tells the senior trip, which we have starting on Monday, May the 9th, directly after graduation. We have down at the current moment to leave at 12 a.m. on Monday, May the 9th, which midnight, and then students be at school 11:45. We'll depart from the airport at 6:10. We'll arrive at Washington, D.C. at 11:45. We'll take the shuttle to the hotel, and then after that evening, we will go on a Gray Line tour of D.C. in the evening. Tuesday, we have set to do the Smithsonian Museum, National Archives, walk to the Capitol and White House, Holocaust Museum, and other interests due to time. On Wednesday, we have down to do the Gray Line tours from 8 at the Gray Line station. We will leave the hotel around 6 a.m. On that tour, we will do Mount Vernon, Arlington Cemetery, Mount Vernon, Old Town Alexandria, Christ Church, Arlington National Cemetery, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, Changing of the Guard, Iwo Jima, the Pentagon, Air Force, and Jefferson Memorials, and many other areas. On Thursday, we will check out of our hotel. We'll leave the hotel around 5 a.m. We will depart from Amtrak at 7:25. We'll arrive in New York City From there, we will walk from the station to the hotel, which is the Comfort Suites in Times Square. It's 0.9 of a mile from the train station to the hotel. Students will walk rather than get a taxi. Good stretch of legs.
They need it.
We're going to tour Times Square, and that evening we have the Broadway play at 8 p.m., which is Wicked. On Friday, we have scheduled to meet with the tour guide from 8 to noon, to tour the Today Show, and we'll also tour on our own, possibly do the Wacky Museum, Rockefeller Center, Embassy Studios, and then possibly go to a game or if we find anything to interest us. Right now, that we're wanting to do a soccer game, but we haven't found one. The only thing I've found is baseball, and some of the students still haven't let me know if they want to do that, so that's why I put on there that changes could kind of occur to this still. And then Saturday, we'll meet with our tour guide again all day long, and we will tour Statue of Liberty, Ground Zero, Wall Street, Little Italy, Rockefeller Center, Embassy Studios. You notice I have those on both days because some days it might have to switch. We might add different things. So that is why it's listed doubly. And then on Sunday, we will check out of our rooms. That'll be the time that they want to go look at souvenirs on Times Square or do any other areas around New York City. We will not leave to the airport till 1:30 that afternoon. And then we will depart home at 5:45 p.m. and then ride back at Wichita at 9:25. And then plan on driving home that evening. If we have extra money, we have talked about getting a hotel the night before at Wichita, so we didn't have to leave at midnight. But at the moment, we are looking okay on money. Each kid will be allotted their $75 a day for each day, so it gives each student $525 of spending money, plus whatever they bring on their own. If there's any, then also if you look through here, there's other information about the hotel luggage, legal and illegal substances, objects to carry, the laws on how much fluid ounces you can have when you carry on your baggage, all that good stuff. I just wanted to make sure that parents and students are very well informed. And then you will notice there's also a Part 2 senior contract that says that the rules of how they will act, tells them what money they're expecting, that they have to abide by school policy and everything else still on this trip. That's about all I have on this trip.
Watch out for the selfie sticks.
Huh?
Watch out for the selfie sticks.
I'll just break them.
The airport questioned them us. Gave it back to her. They wanted to know what it was.
So pack it in the lid.
Yeah, don't do carry on. Yes.
But we're here to answer any questions you may have on the trip. If we don't have any, we'll say
Get your bags back.
do what?
Get your bags back.
I already did. Just not for this trip. I got it for Wednesday.
Couple trips in between.
I'm just gonna pack a luggage for the next 2 months.
Trade them out.
Do what?
I said just trade out one luggage for the next.
Exactly. Just
You better pay your mom to wash your laundry or somebody.
I did 3 weeks of it this weekend.
Did anyone have any questions on the itinerary or anything that we put together?
Yeah, Miss Smith would be more than honored to answer the questions.
Yeah, since I've not been.
Sounds like they
since-
need walking shoes.
Yes, definitely.
That'll be fun.
Remember when those Heelys were in style? They could just roller skate.
Does anybody have any problems with this, or
I make a motion we approve the senior trip.
is there a second?
I'll second.
Call for vote, roll call.
Wilson,
Yes.
Bowler,
Yes.
Herrera,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Morris.
Yes. Item 5, board to approve, disapprove, or take no action on activity fund transfer from account number 800 administration in the amount of $109.20 to account number 803 senior class reimbursement for funds.
This was for candy and stuff. It's just a money transfer administration to senior class. Had to do with the elementary tournament or something.
Yep.
So
A festival.
it's money owed to the senior class. It takes board action transferred funds.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the transfer.
I'll second.
Vote by roll call.
Wilson,
Yes.
Buller,
Yes.
Herrera,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Morris.
Yes. Item number 6, board to consider and vote to approve, disapprove, or take no action on renewal of software service agreements with municipal accounting systems for the fiscal year 2017.
This is all of our software we use on our student information system and our appropriated funds. And it's time to renew those for next year. And looks like the prices are the same. So
What are the prices of that?
on the appropriated funds, it's $2,425.44. On the student information system, it's $2,400.
One's for the accountant, and one's for the students, right? I understand that
It's
correct.
appropriated. It would be your appropriated for your payroll,
Oh,
your
okay.
activity funds, your personnel, and your student activity, or what calls your SIF. It's all your student information systems, your grade book, and your lunchroom account.
That's the same one we've been using for a while, right?
Yep.
Is there a motion on item 6?
Make a motion we approve the renewal of the contract for fiscal year 2017.
I'll second.
Vote by roll call.
Wilson,
Yes.
Buller,
Yes.
Herrera,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Morris.
Yes.
He didn't have enough time to turn around number 7. Couldn't get me the information.
When can he have it done? And
He thought he would have it, but he just couldn't get it to me. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
Well, I think as soon as he gets it done, we need to have a meeting and special meeting and do it. We're running out of time if we want to get it moved. Anybody else agree with it or disagree? I mean, we need to get that show on the road.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I'll stay after him.
Yeah. Just as soon as he can. So I guess just take no action on
Can I ask who him is?
Architect.
Triarch,
Try
right? Yeah. Okay, item,
Is that the only architect that we can use? Or is that just the one that we?
That's just the one that the board chose. Last time we went out on bond issue, put together that last one. Need to put that information to mass. Sign.
all right. Item 8 is board to vote to approve, disapprove, or take no action to enter into executive session to discuss the following items. Discuss evaluation, District Superintendent Danny McQueeston, pursuant to Oklahoma Statute 307B1. B, employment, hiring, appointment, promotion, demotion, disciplining, or resignation of individual salaried officers or employees pursuant to Oklahoma Statute 25, Section 307B1. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to go into executive session at 7:42.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call vote.
Wilson,
Yes.
Buller,
Yes.
Herrera,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Morris.
Yes.